Good morning, dear readers. Welcome back to our enlightening journey through Alexander Pope's brilliant mock epic, The Rape of the Lock. I'm truly delighted to have you all here once again, ready to explore the wit, satire, and elegance of Pope's poetry. Today we begin Canto 2, a fresh chapter, a new setting, and a deeper dive into the world of Baron's, Lord Peter's ambition, and Belinda's divine beauty. So get your pens, notebooks, and literary curiosity ready. So, if you talk about Canto 2, so after the graceful and symbolically rich opening of Canto 1, which introduced us to Belinda's world, her supernatural protectors, the sylphs and the nymphs, and the elaborate ritual of dressing and beautification. Now, Canto 2 shifts the setting from the bedroom to the river Thames. So, this canto opens with a majestic and almost regal description of Belinda's appearance as she sails through along the river Thames in a glittering barge accompanied by noblemen and ladies. She is portrayed almost like a goddess, radiating beauty, power, and charm, capturing the attention of all who sees her. But beneath this aesthetic grandeur lies an undercurrent of satire and dramatic irony. So, let's talk about what makes Canto 2 important. We are in this canto we are going to introduce to the Baron's desire. He covets a lock of Belinda's hair. His longing is not romantic but rather a symbolic of masculine conquest and vanity. Secondly, Canto 2 builds tension. We see Baron preparing for his epic quest, treating the act of cutting a lock as if it were a grand heroic feat. The sylph again play a critical role here. They are aware of the impending danger, right? And they try to protect Belinda. There's a clever parody of classical epics where supernatural beings intervene in moral affairs. And the river Thames, this one, the barge, and the admiring crowd add to the visual splendor which Pope uses to expose the frivolity and superficiality of the upper class world. So we will see some of the themes in this canto too. Like there is uh, vanity and superficial beauty, gender roles and societal expectations, satirical treatment of heroism, and mock epic grandeur versus trivial pursuits. So, in today's class, we will begin a detailed line by line explanation of Canto 2, decode the poetic technique, and discuss Pope's subtle commentary on aristocratic society. So, let's begin this poetic voyage on the themes where beauty dazzled and ambitions bruise. So, the first line, not with more glories in the ethereal plain, the sun first rises over the purpled main. So, Pope begins by comparing Belinda's appearance on the Thames to rising the sun. Ethereal plain refers to the heavenly sky, and the purpled main, it refers to the purple colored sea. It's a poetic way to describe dawn reflecting on the water. So it's a reflection of the sky, the dawning sky in the on the surface of water. So the simile elevates Belinda's beauty to cosmic grandeur, her presence as glorious as sunrise itself. So ethereal means हो गया heavenly, celestial. प्लेन का मतलब यहाँ हो गया स्काई और स्पेस. पर्पल मीन यहाँ पर सी है. सी colored, actually sea is colored with purple color by the rising sun. So these two lines describes that Pope is continuing the mock epic tone. He treats a fashionable lady's boat with the same seriousness as a divine or heroic act. It's a satire on how 18th century society exaggerated trivial things. Next line. Then issuing forth the rival of his beams, launched on the bosom of the silver Thames. So, as the sun rises, Belinda appears, described as a rival to the sun itself. So, the poet is comparing Belinda to the sun, right? So, her barge launches on the silver Thames. It means it's a metaphorical uh, silver Thames, which metaphorically becomes a stage of the spectacle beauty. So rival of his beings का यहाँ मतलब हो गया like someone who competes with the sun's rays, and this is Belinda only. So Belinda competes with sun's rays. Bosom का यहाँ मतलब है a surface or surface of the river जो purplish हो गई है. Silver Thames refers here. It's a poetic way to refer to the shining river Thames. So through this line we can assume that the meaning of this two line is Belinda's elegance outshines even nature, the sun's rays. Pope ironically glorifies her appearance to reveal the vanity and theatrical of the elite, right? Now the next line, line number 5 and 6. Fair nymphs, well-dressed youths around her shone, but every eye was fixed on her alone. So Belinda is not alone here. She is accompanied by uh, the nymphs, the beautiful fair nymphs, the beautiful women who are actually nymphs, and elegantly dressed, well dressed. इसको बहुत अच्छे से dressed up a youth. Youth refers here to the young men. And despite this glamorous company, but every eye was fixed on her alone. So all eyes are on Belinda, and it means that she is the center of attention here. Nymph का मैंने आपको मतलब बताया ना, a young attractive women. In mythology, nature spirits here symbolic of beauty. Well dressed youth का मतलब यहाँ पर है handsome young men, and they are dressed fashionably. Shown refers here that they are appeared radiant and attractive, but सबकी जो eyes है वो किस पर फॉर्मली फोकस कर रही है, फिक्स्ड है, फोकस्ड है on her alone. So this reflects Belinda's social charm and beauty. Pope subtly mocks how superficial appearance dominate aristocratic society, where being looked at is a kind of power, right? Now the next 7 and 8 line. On her white breast a sparkling cross she wore, which Jews might kiss and infidels adore. So infidels का यहाँ मतलब है those who don't follow Christianity. Jews एक separate religion है जो Christianity में नहीं मानता. So infidels का भी मतलब यहाँ पर यही हो गया, those who don't follow Christianity. Adore means worship or to be fascinated by someone. Sparkling स्पार्कलिंग क्रॉस का मतलब हो गया अ क्रॉस शेड पीस ऑफ ज्वेलरी। एक ज्वेलरी है ये एक टाइप का, क्रॉस शेप्ड पीस ऑफ ज्वेलरी। क्रॉस शेप्ड है तो बेसिकली ये वो क्रिश्चियनिटी साइन है जो क्रिश्चियंस वेयर करते हैं। सो बेलिंडा wears a sparkling cross on her chest, symbolizing both as a religion and an ornament। तो वो एक क्रॉस है जो क्रिश्चियनिटी वाले रिलीजन में पहनते हैं। उस क्रॉस को आपने देखा होगा कि क्रिश्चियंस उसको पहनते हैं क्रॉस को। और वो जो ये क्रॉस है ये सिर्फ एक रिलीजियस ऑर्नामेंट नहीं, मतलब रिलीजियस सिंबल नहीं है, ये एक ऑर्नामेंट की तरह भी पहना गया है क्योंकि वो काफ़ी स्पार्कलिंग है, मे बी काफ़ी कॉस्टली है, एक्सपेंसिव है। सो वो एक रिलीजन को भी सिंबलाइज कर रहा है और ऑर्नामेंट को भी कर रहा है। द सेकेंड लाइन है इट यूजेस द हाइपरबिली टू सजेस्ट दैट कि वो जो ये स्पार्कलिंग क्रॉस है इतना सुंदर है, इतना अट्रैक्टिव है कि दोज who don't follow the Christianity, actually the people who don't follow the Christianity like Jews and the infidels, ये अलग अलग रिलीजन्स हैं जो कि क्रिश्चियनिटी फेथ को बिलीव नहीं करते, वो भी इसको एडोर करना चाहेंगे, किस करना चाहेंगे। मतलब ज्यूज माइट किस इट, ज्यूज जो है उसको किस करना चाहेंगे और इन्फिडेल्स उसको एडोर, उसको वर्शिप करना चाहेंगे। सो the people who don't belong to the Christianity, who don't follow Christianity, would be drawn to worship her not because of the symbol's religious power but because of her beauty। मतलब ब्यूटी इतनी ज़्यादा है बेलिंडा की कि वो भी उसको एडॉन करना चाहेंगे और किस करना चाहेंगे। सो पोप इज़ आयरॉनिकली कमेंटिंग ऑन द मिक्स ऑफ सेक्रेड एंड प्रोफेन, हाउ रिलीजन इटसेल्फ बिकम्स अ फैशन एक्सेसरी। यहाँ पर फैशन क्रिएट हो गया है रिलीजियस एक्सेसरी से भी। द आइडिया दैट अ मेयर क्रॉस बिकम्स एन ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ यूनिवर्सल एडमिरेशन reflects the trivialization of spiritual symbols in aristocratic circles, right? The next line is, her lively looks, a sprightly mind disclose, quick her eyes and unfixed as those। So lively look का यहाँ मतलब हुआ expressive and animated appearance। Sprightly refers here to the energetic and lively। disclose का मतलब पता ही, reveal। and unfixed, it means wandering or unstable। So Belinda's expressions reflects a lively, cheerful spirit। Her mind is quick and bright like her sparkling eyes, but also unsettled and restless, unable to stay focused just like her gaze। So this is a clever insight into Belinda's frivolous nature। She is charming, she is intelligent, but emotionally and mentally scattered। Pope gently satirizes the idea that external brightness doesn't always reflect depth or constancy। The next lines are, favors to none, to all she smile extends, oft she rejects but never once offends। So favor refers here to preference or special attentions। Extends means offers or gives something। rejects, oft she rejects, जिनको भी बेलिंडा ने रिजेक्ट किया है, रिफ्यूज़ किया है, डिनाइड किया है। So offense here refers here hurts or disrespect। So Belinda doesn't show exclusive favoritism, she shows favor to none। Instead she smiles graciously at everyone। मतलब वो किसी को ऐसे फेवरेटिज्म नहीं दिखा रही है, लेकिन हाँ सबको देखकर वो एक स्माइल कर रही है। शी मे टर्न डाउन अ सूटर or the request, but always with such grace and charm that no one feel insulted. सो है कि किसी को उसने सबको उसने रिजेक्ट किया, किसी को उसने फेवर नहीं किया, लेकिन सबको बहुत ही ग्रेसफुली वो देख कर स्माइल कर रही है। भले ही उसने रिफ्यूज़ल किया है अब तक के प्रपोजल्स का, इंक्लूडिंग द बैरन, बट बैरन्स प्रपोजल, बट सबके साथ वो इतना अच्छा बिहेव रखती है, इतना ग्रेसफुली रखती है कि किसी को भी ऐसे इंसल्ट फील नहीं होता है. सो द पोप describes Belinda as socially perfect. She plays the flirtatious game without ever crossing lines. It's a reflection of 18th century courtship culture where women were expected to balance charm with modesty. However, Pope also satirizes how such grace can be circulated and performative. Right? Next lines. Bright as sun. Bright as sun. Bright का मतलब है यहाँ पर radiant, dazzling. Her eyes the gazers strike. Gazers हम कहेंगे, gazers refers here to admirers or onlookers who are looking to Belinda's beauty, right? Strike का मतलब यहाँ पर हो गया impress. एंड लाइक द सन, फिर से इसको सन से कंपेयर कर रहे हैं. द शाइन ऑन ऑल अलाइक. इट मीन्स शी ट्रीट्स एवरी वन विद द सेम वार्मथ एंड अटेंशन. सो हर आईज आर ब्रिलियंट एज द सन. उसकी जो आईज हैं वो बिल्कुल सन के जैसी है, बिल्कुल सन के जैसी ब्राइट है उसकी आईज. एंड डेजलिंग एवरी वन हु लुक्स एट हर. ठीक है. एंड लाइक द सन दे शाइन ऑन ऑल अलाइक. मतलब जो वो बिल्कुल सन की तरह उसकी आँखें हैं, वो हर किसी को देख रही है, मुस्कुरा रही है देख कर. एंड लाइक द सन हर ब्यूटी इज़ इम्पार्शियल. जैसे सन की रेज इम्पार्शियल है ना, सब पर ही पड़ती है. सिमिलरली हर ब्यूटी इज़ इम्पार्शियल, टचिंग ऑल इक्वालिटी विदाउट डिस्टिंक्शन. सो द सिमिली लाइकन्स Belinda to the sun, right? A source of light, beauty and influence. However, Pope is also hinting at the performative nature of beauty, which is universal but not personal. So her charm is spread so widely that it may lack true intimacy, right? Next line. Yes, graceful ease and sweetness void of pride might hide her faults if Belle is her faults to hide. So graceful ease, it refers natural, elegant and manner, right? Sweetness, the kindness, the pleasantness. Void of pride का मतलब यहाँ हो गया without arrogance. बेलिस जो है ना, बेसिकली ये कहाँ गया. It refers to fashionable, beautiful young women, and the word is French origin, right? So Belinda carries herself with such elegant naturalness, the graceful ease and sweetness without any arrogance. वो काफ़ी ग्रेसफुल है, नेचुरल है, काफ़ी स्वीट है, बट उसमें एरोगेंस नहीं है. ठीक है. वॉइड ऑफ arrogance, void of pride, that even if she had flawed, she might have faults, उसके बाद उसमें भी flaws हैं, but her charm, उसका जो charm है would make them unnoticeable, hide कर देता है. वही कह रही है कि वो काफ़ी ग्रेसफुल है, काफ़ी नेचुरल है, काफ़ी स्वीट है, बट एरोगेंट नहीं है. उसके बावजूद भी अगर उसमें कोई फॉल्ट है, उसके अंदर कोई कमी है, तो ये सारी जो उसकी क्वालिटीज़ हैं वो उसकी इस कमियों को हाइड कर देती है, छुपा देती है. ठीक है. सो पोप यूजेस आयरॉनिक फ्लैटरी हियर. ही प्रेजेंट्स Belinda एज द epitome of grace and humility, which suggests that any imperfection is cleverly masked, if such women even have any faults. So the line mocks society's idealization of feminine perfection and the आर्टिफिशियल ग्रेस ऑफ अरिस्टोक्रेटिक वीमेन। तो कहने का मतलब यही है कि इतनी सारी कमियां हैं उसमें, बट फिर भी वो काफ़ी ग्रेसफुल है, काफ़ी सुंदर है। वो और हाँ, उसके अंदर एरोगेंस नहीं है, ये तो उसकी क्वालिटी है। तो उसकी ब्यूटी और उसका ये जो अच्छा सा बिहेवियर है, वो उसकी बाकी सारी कमियों को छुपा देता है। If to her share some female error falls, look on her face, you will forget them all. So, to share, to her share some female error fall, इस लाइन का मतलब हो गया she may possess. ठीक है, female errors refers to the common flaws stereotypically attributed to women like vanity or inconsistency. Forget them all. Forget them all referred here. Be so charmed by her appearance that all flaws are overlooked. So the first line refers to if Belinda has some typical feminine weaknesses of or flaws, that one looked at her beauty face would make you forgive and forget everything. वो कह रहा है कि अगर इसमें कोई कमियां हैं भी, इसमें कुछ एरर्स हैं भी, लेकिन अगर कोई उसका ब्यूटीफुल फेस देखेगा और तो वो सब कुछ भूल जाएगा, सब कुछ माफ़ कर देगा. So Pope continues the mock epic tone here. He represents beauty as a kind of divine excuses for faults. So there is also a critique of how society absolves beautiful women of real criticism, choosing instead of worship their looks. Right? Now the next lines are next line is this nymph to the destructions of mankind nourished two locks which graceful hung behind. So this beautiful young woman, Belinda, is ironically described as a threat to mankind. She nurtures and maintains uh, two lovely curls of her there of that hang, attractive down her back, and these are also powerful in their allure that they become weapon of destruction. So nymph refers here to a young beautiful woman, often used mythologically for feminine beauty, and the destruction of mankind refers here to the hyperbolic. It's a hyperbolic metaphor suggesting how beauty and vanity can ruin men. Nourished to locks, it means carefully maintained. Carefully maintained, and locks तो आपको पता ही है, locks, curls or strands of her hair. So she nurtures and maintains two lovely curls of hair that hang attractively down her back, and these are so powerful in their allure that they become weapon of destruction. Right? So Pope uses mock heroic exaggeration, comparing Belinda's hair to dangerous weapon. This mocks epic conventions while simultaneously critiquing society's obsession with beauty and how such superficial traits can hold immense power over men. Next line, in equal curls, well spired to deck with shining wrinkles with smooth ivory neck. So equal curls are symmetrically styled ringlets. Well conspired means perfectly coordinated, as if the curls have a plan. Deck refers here to decorate ringlets, small and tight curls आइवरी तो आपको पता है, आइवरी symbolizing smoothness, luxury and pale beauty. So these two locks were of equal length and curl, seemed to be working together in harmony to ornament her neck, right? Which describes as smooth as and white, which is described as smooth and white ivory. The use of conspired is humorous, suggesting that even the hair has a cunning plan to captivating, right? So Pope playfully personifies Belinda's hair almost as agents of seduction that conspire to enhance her allure. The description of her neck as ivory reflects classical beauty standards, also indicates her elevated societal class. Next line is love in this labyrinth his slave, and mighty heart are held in slender chains. So the poet claims that Cupid love traps his victims. जो slave है ना यहाँ पर, ये victims है, love victims, Cupid's slaves actually, within the labyrinth curls of Belinda's hair. Even the most powerful men, the mighty hearts, are enshaded by these delicate locks which act as shade, soft and yet powerful. So labyrinth का मतलब यहाँ पर है maze like structure. Here it refers to the curly tangled beauty of Belinda's hair. Slave का मतलब यहाँ पर हो गया those under the power of Cupid, love or desire. Details का मतलब हो गया hold captive, and mighty hearts का मतलब हो गया brave or strong individuals, usually men. Slender chains, they are thin but symbol of captivity, metaphor of her hair acting as a bond of love. So the Pope satirizes the power of superficial beauty, suggesting that something as slight as a lock of hair can bind even the strongest of people. The use of mythological imagery, who is Cupid actually, and mock epic tone exaggerates beautifully how beauty manipulates power dynamics. Delicacy becomes dominance, right? Now the next line. With hairy springs we the birds betray. The slight lines of hair surprise the finny prey. So hairy springes, it means traps made from hair used to catch birds. Betray refers to capture or deceive. Lines refers to um, thin, barely noticeable lines like fishing lines. Finny prey refers to fish having fins, symbolic of unsuspecting men. So just like hunters use traps made of hair springes to catch birds, or fishers use thin lines to catch fish. Similarly, Belinda's hair entraps them. तो जैसे बर्ड कैचर्स जो हंटर्स जो होते हैं वो स्प्रिंजेस यूज़ करते हैं जो कि हेयर का बना होता है, और फिशर्स भी यूज़ करते हैं, ये भी एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट यूज़ करते हैं फिशेस को पकड़ने के लिए. सिमिलरली बेलिंडा ने भी अपने हेयर यूज़ किए हैं, मतलब बेलिंडा अपने हेयर से, अपने सुंदर हेयर से यंग मेन को entrap करती है. So these feminine tools of vanity, especially her two locks, are compared to hunting devices, implying strategic seduction. So these lines extended, right? These lines extended uh, the metaphor of hair as a powerful tool of deception. Belinda's beauty, symbolized through her hair, is not innocent. They ensnares, they trick, and capture the young men. The poet certainly mocks both feminine vanity and male weakness, as both are entrangled in this game of superficial charm. Right? Next line. Fair tresses men's fair tresses men's imperial race and snare, and beauty draws us with single hair. So these line continues the theme of how female beauty, especially the hair, the tresses का मतलब यहाँ पर hair है, ठीक है. Hair tresses has the power to trap and control men, even those belonging to so-called imperial race, rulers or powerful men. So a single hair is strong enough to lead or control men who otherwise rule empires. सो फेयर ट्रेसेस का मतलब यहाँ पर क्या है, मैंने पहले भी बताया. ब्यूटिफुल लॉक्स ऑफ हेयर. Imperial race refers to nobility or powerful men, men from ruling classes. Ensnare means to trap or capturing. Draws, the beauty draws, it means the beauty attracts or pulls. So these lines are rich in mock epic tone. Pope exaggerates the power of beauty, especially hair, to point out the absurdity of how men lose control over trivial things. The word ensnare, yes, this one, suggests deliberate entrapment, while draws, this one, um, hints at unconscious attraction. It's a playful yet sharp commentary on how even the most traditional most traditional more rational or dominant men can be reduced to helpless lovers. Right? The adventures the next line is: the adventurous baron that bright locks admired, he saw, he wished, to the prize aspired. So now the poem shifts to the baron. baron का discussion होगा अब यहाँ पर. Who becomes the active agent? He admires Belinda's shining locks and is tempted by them. His admiration turns into desire and then into aspiration to possess the lock, what he sees as a prize. Right? So adventurous Varen, it referred to it refers to bold, daring noblemen, and this character Baron is based on Lord Peter in real life. Bright locks refers to the shining beautiful hair of Belinda. He wished, now he desired to get them, and aspired refers to aimed. He aimed or longed to achieve it. So here Pope introducing introduced the central male figure of the poem, the Baron. His journey from admiration to ambition reflects the idea of objectifying women, treating a lock of hair as a trophy. The verb saw or wished or inspired aspired show a progression from thought to action. मतलब पहले इसने एडमायर किया, फिर इसने विश किया, अब ये एस्पायर्ड कर रहा है. पहले इसने एडमायर किया देखकर कि बहुत सुंदर है इसकी लॉक्स, फिर इसने विश किया कि ये इसको काश ये इसके पास होती, अब ये तो नहीं है, तो अब इसने एस्पायर्ड किया है कि ये इसकी लॉक्स को इससे ले लेगा. So it's a progression from thoughts to action, highlighting how quickly admiration becomes obsession. This also prepares us for the climax of the canto, the actual act of cutting the lock, which becomes an epic style conquest through its ironically trivial in nature. Right? The next line, resolved to win, he mediates the way. So by force to ravish or by fraud betray, for when success a lover's toil attends, a few ask if fraud or force attained his ends. सो रिजॉल्व का यहाँ मतलब है डिटरमाइंड, meditates matlab thinks deeply. So Baron is completely determined to get the lock of Belinda's hair, and now he's planning how to do it. His desire turned into the action. So this line shows the transition from fantasy to action. The mock heroic tone mocks the seriousness of his attention by using epic style language for a petty romantic pursuit. By force to ravish or by fraud betray. Ravish का मतलब होता है to seize or to snatch, often has a violent or forceful connotation. Fraud refers to deceit or tricky. So he is debating whether to take the log by force or to use deceit to get it. So Pope is satirizing how seriously people take superficial desires. The use of strong dramatic language like ravish, um, it exaggerates the trivial nature of Baron's goals. Right? Next line. For when success a lover's toil attains, few ask if fraud or force attain his ends. So toil means hard work, ends का मतलब हो गया यहाँ पर goals. ठीक है. So once someone succeeds in love, no one really question how it was achieved, right? Whether by honesty or deception. So this is a cynical reflection on romantic victory, suggesting that the society often celebrates the result and ignores the mean. Again, Pope maintaining his mock epic tone and criticizing shallow societal norms, right? So let's pause our class here for today. We have successfully completed the first 34 lines of Canto 2. In today's discussion, we understood how Alexander Pope cleverly uses mock heroic elements, symbolism, and satirical tone to present the Baron's ambition and preparation to win the lock of hair. We explored how a seemingly trivial act is presented with grandiosity, almost like a warrior preparing for battle or a devotee offering prayers at a sacred altar. From his plotting mind to his tender billet dogs and love-struck signs, Pope paints a brilliant picture of absurd romantic obsession. So in our next class, we will begin with this 35th line. For this Phoebus rose he had implored. We will analyze now how uh, analyze how Pope continued the satire with the Baron's comic rituals and exaggerated seriousness towards his romantic conquest. So until then, revise what we have covered and reflect on the poetic techniques used and keep enjoying the beauty of Pope's mock epic world. So, see you all in the next class. Thank you.